Welcome back to the shipyard. Today we are taking a look at the USS Enterprise No Bloody A, B, C, D, E, NX, Refit. Yeah, I think that covers it. Oh, alternate, future, yeah. Kirk's Enterprise, Wave 0 and Wave 24, because it needed to be re-released. Long story, don't get me started. Alright, 3-1-4-3, 22 points. Evade, target lock, scan, battle station, awesome. 4 crew, 1 weapon, no tech, don't worry, we can get some. Named ability, one of the best in the game. The USS Enterprise can perform an action listed on its action bar while it has an aux power token. If you don't think that's good, try it out. Seriously, it works. Alright, 4 crew slots. That's a lot. That's something that's seen on like 2 other ships. Deep Space Nine being one, and that's a freaking space station. It's just, it's insanely good. You can just pile on the crew. And right now, Fed has some of the best crew in the game. Alright, 3 attack dice. Why is that important? Because Type 8 and upgraded, now you have 5. Well, you need a second weapon slot, but that's not hard to do. Little thing called Sakona. Alright, 1 agility. We can do things about that. Sulu, Paris. Some tech. How do you get more tech? Well, there's crew that give you tech slots. There's tech that give you tech slots. There's system upgrade. That gives you a tech slot. Anyways, we have room. Basically, this is a ship that can be configured to do whatever you want it to do. And at 22 points, you have so much room to make it into whatever you want it to be that it's really good. The generic, you lose a shield, you lose 2 crew slots, and of course the named ability that I can't really recommend running it outside of swarming. And even then, the rationale for why that's good is because it's just 20 points, and you can fit a lot of them into whatever build you're running. 100, 120, 140. Kind of pick a point value, and this works pretty well at whatever you're doing. So, ship has a 180 forward arc. That's insanely useful. 2 white turns on the maneuver dial, which is insane for a 180 ship. Also has a 2 reverse, 3 turns are red, caps out at a 4 straight. That is a maneuver dial that is really good. It's not the best I've seen, but given the 180 arc, it combos really nicely. Are there little minor improvements that I'd like to see? Sure, of course, but it's a really old ship. For what it is, it works. Alright, we have 2 captains here. First up, Christopher Pike, skill 6, 1 talent slot. All of your crew upgrades cost 1 less squad point. Nice captain, but for 4 points, the best you're ever going to do is break even with him, and I can't really justify it. If he also gave you a crew slot like some of the more recent captains have done, then he'd be good, or at least playable, but right now I think he's relegated to the storage solution. Alright, the other captain, James T. Kirk, skill 9, 2 talent slots, 6 points. Any Federation talent upgrades you purchase for Kirk cost exactly 3 points, unless he's not on a Federation ship, in which case then they're 4. They're placed face down beside his card. Each talent remains face down until you decide to use it, and then it's turned face up for the rest of the game. Now, a lot of people use this to get 2 cheat deaths for 6 points, and that's still a legitimate way to use it. However, there are some other cool Federation talents that have a little bit of life to them. They're better when they're reduced in cost. So, I'm not saying don't run just cheat death, but the thing becomes that Kirk needs to be more of a Swiss Army knife rather than a blunt instrument that you just use to stay alive, stay alive. But I like Kirk. I like what's there. I think that there's a ton of potential there. Feds are getting more elite talents every day, or at least every wave, and he has options. So keep pulling them out, keep looking at those fed talents, see what kind of works, figure out if there's something that is cool in your build, and, skill 9, it's never a bad thing. Alright, speaking of some talents, we have the aforementioned Cheat Death. If your ship was just destroyed, discard this card to remove damage cards one at a time from your ship until the amount of damage is 1 point less than your hull value. Flip all remaining damage cards face down. Yeah. No crits. Come back. Still have 1 health. And that is just a 5-point talent, and more so, it's non-unique. Why it's still non-unique? I don't know. Really wish they'd errated that. Make it unique. But, is what it is. You stay alive. Staying alive's good. Lets you do your trick longer. Another one. Cochrane Deceleration. Also 5-point, non-unique action. If you performed a 1 forward, discard this upgrade to come about, and then place an Ox Power token beside your ship. So, you almost have to do this as you're moving. So you say, hey, I'm moving, and then I'm going to Cochrane Decelerate. Timing there's weird, otherwise you do a 180 spin. But, any way you work at it, it's there, it's a viable thing. It's nice to have a 1 come about, but 5 points, pricey even on Kirk. I don't know that it's 3 points good, though it is a great surprise. So, maybe. And the last talent is Corbomite Maneuver. 5-point, non-unique. Action, discard this card to prevent all enemy ships from attacking you this round. You cannot attack this round. It makes sense. Fair trade-off. The problem I have with this card is the problem that I have with a lot of cards that are worded like this. They can't attack you, but you just refers to your ship. So they can attack anybody else in the rest of your fleet. And then you can't attack at all. So, yeah, your 1 ship will stay alive, but the rest of your fleet's going down. Now, if you're in a mission and you only have 1 ship, then Corbomite Maneuver is amazing. Because then they don't get to shoot at all, and that's, like, everybody can't shoot. And that is actually really cool. So, like in Kobayashi Maru, Corbomite Maneuver is a wonderful talent. But, yeah, short of that, very specific card. Very specific timing of when it's good and situational. But, so it's a playable. Alright, we get a whole bunch of crew, as you'd figure. Hikaru Sulu, 3 points. Unique, of course. Action, add 2 to your agility for the rest of the round. Each time you defend this round, you can convert 1 battle station into an evade. Awesome. People still use him today. Great way to get extra defense dice. Yes, he's an action, but he also gives you conversion, which is something you desperately need on defense. Hood Riker is better, because it's 1 extra and 1 conversion, but no action. So, it's there. Run them both, and that's a lot. Good luck killing that. Next up, we have Leonard McCoy. 3-point card. Discard McCoy to allow 1 of your crew upgrades to perform its action as a free action this round. So you want to do Sulu for free? Bring along McCoy. McCoy's an enabler, and for 3 points, probably a little too expensive. He would be a perfect 2-point card. Montgomery Scott is up next. 5-point, unique action. Disable 2 of your shields in order to gain +2 attack dice this round, or repair 1 shield token and reduce your total attack dice by 2 this round. You know, this is a card that saw a lot of play early on, and even a lot of play while Dreadnoughts were a thing, because then it was how many attack dice can you roll over and over and over again. And I like Montgomery Scott. I like the flexibility that's there. But more and more, I feel like he's just overpriced. At 4 points, he would be amazing. But at 5 points, I just don't play him anymore. because there's not enough benefit from losing 2 durability for the round just to roll 2 extra dice that have no quality. Yeah, 50-50 to hit, so I should be getting 1 hit. But I have better ways of getting 1 hit now than I did back in Wave 0. So, it's there. I think it's a little too pricey. Alright, next crew, Mr. Spock. 5 point. If your ship has a scan token beside it when you attack, you may convert all of your battle station results into hit results. This card still works, is still viable. Yes, he's expensive, but he works. And you want to scan. He's making your scan work more. And that's never a bad thing. So, again, I'd love him at 4. 5 makes me kind of cringe, but I have more ways of getting scan tokens now, so Spock is even better than he was. And the last crew in this pack is Yoda Uhura. 3-point card. Discard Uhura immediately before you move in order to change your maneuver for this round. Now, this card is very situational, but in the situation where your opponent brings cards that let them look at your maneuver dial or set your maneuver dial, Thoughtmaker, Lure, Luther Sloan, things like that, Uhura becomes invaluable. And other times, you move and everything just bumps and collides and you have a gigantic cluster hug on the board. And it's just like, wow, I'm going to bump. And I'm going to be in a bad position because 3 ships are going to shoot at me. Well, now you can do a move that gets you out of there. And that can be worth it. Now, this is a card that kind of makes up for bad piloting, but sometimes bad piloting isn't just your fault. Look, Uhura, reasonable card, depends on what your opponent's bringing, but I'd at least consider her. That's a meta-specific reactionary card. If you're having problems with Lure, Uhura's there. Now, they're probably not going to target Uhura, but at least you have a tool to protect your big ship. Alright, overall, the Enterprise. You kind of sit there and you go, is it worth buying if I don't have it? Yeah, it really is. Cards like Spock, Scotty, Kirk, Cheat Death, they are useful pieces. I don't feel like you absolutely have to have them. But the Enterprise herself is a very good ship. There's a ton of potential there. I mean, just being able to do things when you have Aux power, you're taking away the drawback of red maneuvers. You're not worried about your opponent inflicting Aux power to you, and that helps. So I think that there's a lot to be gained from this pack, and that's more than I can say about a lot of recent packs. Wave 23, I'm looking right at you. So, if you don't have a tiny prize, then I say go out and buy this. If you do have one, I don't know that you need to get a second one. But really, the Enterprise is one of the 15 most essential expansions, I'd say. And I'll do that list at some point. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and I think that you do well to have this in your fleet. So thank you guys for listening, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.